Welcome to your daily focus for December the 11th, 2018. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, truly, for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Absolutely. Wishing you nothing but happiness and joy. Let's turn to the cards and see what our day looks like tomorrow. Two of Pentacles. We're weighing out things. We're trying to come to conclusions. We are, and I'm seeing that kind of like stormy energy behind where we're looking. So things may not be crystal clear today for us, or things may not go the way as planned today. I get almost a sense in this card that there is the storm coming out of seemingly nowhere. So be careful of the storm today. Be careful of Be careful of jumping to conclusions, trying to make those decisions, those ones that really matter, that really count, quickly. Think them through. If it takes you another day or two, don't worry about it. Page of Wands. Page of Wands was really popular in the weekly readings. And in the weekly readings, it was the landscape that caught my eye. It was void of color. It's void of anything, really. You hold the paintbrush to your tomorrow. To dream, to wish, to plan, to contemplate your new beginnings, your new starts, where you want to move forward in your life, what you want to accomplish in your life. I don't think it's going to be all that easy to tap into this energy, though, today. It's almost if you need to set aside time for yourself to meditate, to pray, to reflect about your future, to do those new moon affirmations, to say that mission statement of who you are and where you're going, what you stand for. And the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords, we are led into, we're tossing and turning at night. Thoughts are coming into our head a mile a minute. We can't seem to turn it off. Our mind keeps going back to certain things, playing out those bad scenarios that happened to us today, yesterday, 20 years ago. This is about worrying over all the stuff we tend to worry about, raising our anxiety for absolutely no reason but because we're finally in quiet and we can listen to what our mind has been saying all day. So watch the negative self-talk. What is it, like 90% of what we think about doesn't ever turn into a reality for us. But what we do is we raise our anxiety. We raise our stress levels. I think by day's ends, we could be a little on the stress side because this is where we're going. So we really have to be conscious of this today. So more so in the evening. Like, don't let things get under your skin today. Don't take on too much or try and convince somebody else of something. Or I think it's more of a pullback day, and we're not going to find that very easily either. With the Page of Wands there. Now, we had a lot of page energy, which is, and we had the Two of Pentacles leading it. So it is a very young energy. Young energies are harder to control. Don't beat yourself up. So when we raise our primitive brain takes over here. Okay, because the reason you can't sleep is if you notice you're tense. You may have clutched fists, or you may have that tightness in your face. So our primitive brain is when we have anxiety, when we have fears presented to us. It used to be a saber-toothed tiger or something. And so our body tenses up. It's ready for the fight or flight. Even though there is nothing in front of us, our mind really doesn't understand that or know that. And it's taking it as an actuality of what's happening. So a couple of deep, deep breaths. Start to, and first, if you're in a position here, because I think a lot of us might be, you're in a position where you just cannot relax and get to sleep. So first, tighten or stretch that part of your body to the extreme, and then let it go and feel that relaxation and move up your body or move down your body, whichever is more comfortable for you. And take that nice, big, deep breath in and let it out slowly. And another nice, deep breath in and let it out slowly. There's a lot to be said about counting sheep, right? Counting sheep in order to go to sleep. So, of course, you see a sheep jump over the fence, one, two. But I would implore more of doing a backwards. So almost like pretend in your mind that there's this whiteboard and you write the number 99 on it. And then that's your inhale. And then to erase it is your exhale. 98, 97. And put words on there like rest, sleep, comfort. Those kinds of tricks tend to help. And your mind will drift off probably if you're doing the whiteboard thing and all of a sudden you're back thinking about whatever was worrying you before. And go back to the board where you thought you might have left off and just continue again. Acknowledge the thought, then move it aside. And don't let the anxieties build up in you today. So this is more of a, I was expecting really like cool cards because I tell you, a lot of the astrology for everybody is, your lives are just sprinkled with a little bit of magic this week. There are a lot of magic for a couple of you. Um, so I was expecting happier cards, but I see there is a stress here, a worry, a concern, an anxiety. So weigh things out, yes, in our minds of where we want to go, what we want to do, and who we want to become when we start out that way, but the storm comes about us. I don't think it's bad in any way. Like there's no major arcana cards here. So this is a lot of free will energy when we have the minor cards. So think it through. Maybe don't come to any sure decisions today. Meditation, prayer, reflection. Imagine your future, but to yourself today. Think to yourself today. And don't let the worries, the concerns, the anxieties, the little things that happen in our life, or the things that might happen in our life that are negative, that'll take our energy down. So try and turn towards the positive today. Imagine that little monkey water skiing if you must. He always works. So, and for health, even, first of all, we got to get enough sleep in order to be productive during the day. So we have to have enough sleep at night. But our bodies aren't built to handle stresses all the time. And we live in a very stressful society for the most part, where we're always kind of, you go out, you got to make sure you lock your car. Look both ways before you cross the street. And is there anybody like walking behind you in kind of a creepy fashion? And is it a safe place to walk in here? Is it okay to say this out loud? The car passes you and runs into the puddle and you get splashed. It's just a lot of things that can stress us out, and little things. It's not necessarily big things, but we're not built to be in a constant state of stress. And so that weakens our immune system. Like think about all the things. If you are in a fight or flight, okay, your body turns off your immune system for the most part because, well, if we get sick, we can deal with it later. Right now, it's fight or flight. It changes your digestive system. It alters that because there's no sense in thinking about eating because we may not survive the saber-toothed tiger. It increases blood flow and the tightness of the muscles and everything to get us going, to get us ready to run or fight. So it tenses us up. So relaxation can be a hard thing today. So notice those telltale signs and try and take yourself out of the thoughts of stress. And that is why meditation and yoga are becoming so helpful for so many people. Prayer, absolutely. To sit in silence, even just to ground yourself in some way. And this is an 11 energy, isn't it? The 11th day of the 11th year, 2018 adds up to 11. For those who don't know, I'm referring to the numerology right now. So the 11 is the justice card. It's understanding where the balance must be in our life and where we need to cut away. Mercury is at like the 29 degrees of Scorpio right now or something. It's getting ready to move into Sagittarius, but that's all about cutting through the non-essentials of our life. And so we could just become aggravated or tense because these things are still surrounding us and we see them, we understand them now as we come back through this retrograde and we're going direct. We're walking through this path now for a third time. So some things just might get under our skin because we've seen them or we're imagining them still there. Get an affirmation card here. And then it moves into the beautiful Sag energy. 10 of air. The 10 of air appears. So that'll be Jupiter, the Sun, and Mercury all in Sagittarius. I think tomorrow. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that one. But it's soon, very soon. Graceful endings and hopeful beginnings meet. A point of epiphany. An end to an old way of thinking. It's all up from here as I bless the ending, grateful for the lessons I have learned that can free me from patterns that no longer serve me. I allow my circumstances to end with grace as I know something better can appear at any time. I am thankful that from now on I can respond differently to any challenging situation. So, we are in new moon energy, so it is all about blessing our past, thanking it. I was in a couple of the weeklies too. Thanking our past, even for the ugly moments, the sad moments, the sorrowful moments, the moments full of fear, anxiety, grief, anger. We thank we thank God, our angels, our spirit guides for all of those experiences because it allowed us to learn. It allowed us to grow. It allowed us to become, mold us into who we are today so that we can go forward on our path. I have learned, grateful for the lessons I have learned that can free me from patterns that no longer serve me. And Mercury is all about cutting through the non-essentials. So cutting from patterns that no longer serve you. You know, maybe you need to start setting the alarm clock if you don't on a regular basis to get you out of bed a little earlier so that you can tackle the things that you want to tackle early in the day. Maybe it is finally you're not going to eat that way anymore. You're not going to eat that certain thing anymore because it's detrimental to you. Or maybe you're going to stop drinking or smoking or gambling or overspending on trivial things. So, you know, addicted to shopping, because sometimes depressive people will go out and they'll spend and they'll spend and they'll spend to bring in that happiness, that joy of having something new and shiny, but they get it home and it does nothing for them because the magic is truly within you. The gambler who just wants that high of winning the pot because they experienced it before and it was exhilarating and they want to experience it again, and they keep going back and going back, going outward. It's about going inward today. We may not be going inward as much as we should be today. So be conscious of that. We'll get a wonderful animal. Believe. Believe in you, your dreams, your goals, your desires. Believe in your magic. Believe in the magic that surrounds you, that from within. I open up the horse and the unicorn without a horn. Unicorn. There it was, and there it went. Believe, magic, wish, and unexpected. Believe in yourself, and there will come a day when others will have no choice but to believe in you, with you. Unicorn tells you that sometimes you get so caught up in the reality and the stresses of life, you forget that there's magic all around you, but especially within you. Remember to keep wishing and believing in those wishes. It is when you forget to wish, when you forget to believe, that you stop receiving. It may be little, it may be big, but surprises and unexpected gifts happen when you least expect them. Being open to the unexpected turns in the road of life is an important part of your success. By letting go of some of the control, allowing yourself to ride through your life unplanned, but with a vision, a dream, a faith, a belief. The twists and turns may in fact lead you to the most wonderful of surprises. So I couldn't have said it any better. Don't get caught up in the realities and the stresses today. Turn yourself towards the magic that surrounds you, and yes, the magic that is you. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.